Om Om Sadashivasamārambhām Shankaracharya-madhyamām Asmadacharya-paryantām Vande Guru-paramparām Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahi तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः. स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्त्राक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु. ओम शांति शांति शांति. अथ अस्वालयन भगवन्तं परमेष्ठिनम् उपसमेत्य उवाच अदेवी भगवो ब्रह्म विद्यां वरिष्ठां सदा सद्भिः सेव्यमानां निगूढां यया चिरात् सर्वपापं व्यपुह्य परात् परं पुरुषं याति विद्वान्. तस्मै सहोवाच पितामहश्च श्रद्धा भक्ति ध्यान योगात् एवेहि न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेन एके अमृतत्वमानुषुः परेण नाकं निहितं गुहायां विभ्राजते यत् यतयो विशन्ति. We have seen up to this, and especially also we have touched little bit Vedāntavijñānasuniścitārthāḥ sannyāsayogādyatayaḥ śuddhasattvāḥ te brahmaloke tu parāntakāle parāmṛtāḥ parimucyanti sarve. Let us look at this verse 2 together, 3 and 4. That we discussed mainly karma has got 3 defects. So what are they? So one is atruptikaratvam. If you want to remember in a better way, you can start from bandhakatvam, okay? So bandhakatvam. So bandhakatvam means it always makes you to bind. Means always it creates dependence. So what for you started karma? Finally, you get into more trouble. I gave my example, okay? Then comes that atruptikaratvam. So when you say atruptikaratvam, that means it never gives you satisfaction. And when it does not give any satisfaction, so that means what? So what for one should do this karma? Again, which is not good either. And when these two are involved, now because of this reason, that possession, obligatory duties, relationship, and transaction becomes more stronger. Now, when these are there, these four are there, definitely the person has to work for nothing but thinks that I am working all the time. Now, when this goes or keeps happening, now the person will not have much choice other than developing one's own raga and dvesha. And how this raga and dvesha happens, that also we need to look at very carefully. Because the point here I would like to bring out, raga and dvesha are always that part of life. But how we manage our raga and dvesha, that completely depends upon our maturity. If I don't manage my raga and dvesha properly, you know what happens. But it's not that easy also, because it is easy to say. That's why we very, very carefully we say that when you understand the karma and that karma phala logic, that is the 2 points we need to look at. First is how the karma works, and also how karma phala also works. Because when I do karma, mainly, what is the main target of karma? So main target of karma would be that I am a karta, not because of being a karta, but I want to be a bhokta. In fact, I am a bhokta. And because I am a bhokta, that's why what happens? I do karma. That's why understanding these three defects while me being karta. So what are they? Again, I was saying that bandhakatvam, that also. Not only that, also atruptikaratvam. And interestingly, that always karma brings dukkham. Dukkha misritatvam. So mixed with dukkham, not completely shukham. No karma phala is free from dukkham. Some type of dukkham has to be there. If nothing happens, your health problem. You understand? So if that is the case, so what is to be done? So here is being highlighted that I need to work on this four aspect: possession, obligatory duties, relationship, and finally comes transaction. Now, I have more possessions, or I can say I am possessive because I am insecure. In fact, whatever you possess, I'm not talking about whatever you have, okay? You have and you possess, that is the two things, okay? I remember this is what we understood possess, the word in our childhood, you know? This pretatma will possess a person. And we say in different languages, in English you can say possess. So that means what? The other person will not have any role. The pretatma means the dead person, the ghost you can say. That fellow will, suppose I don't know Chinese, so Chinese ghost come in, okay? Now I will start talking in Chinese. Amazing, na? You need this sort of few ghosts, okay? So to manage your life. However, so how that possession happens? So you are completely under the spell. And remember, wherever you are possessive, that object or person is your object of dependence. And you are insecure with reference to that person or that object. Generally, especially mothers, they feel very proud to be possessive of their children. I'm not bringing wife and husband, okay? Because that's a big controversy. Let me not get into. So, mother and children. So, when they are possessive of their child, what does it mean? The child not only is object of dependence, is object of insecurity and security. Remember, both. And here we say that possessiveness, you can have things, but you must not possess. But to have and to possess is a very thin line. If you are not aware of it, it just you get dragged without your knowledge. That's why any yati always draws a line very carefully. So when we say draws line very carefully, to make sure that I can have things, but I am not possessive. That is the most important thing in life. I can have things, but I am not possessive. But how is it possible? How to do it? So now here is being highlighted. Let us look at this verse so that it becomes easier. Vedāntavijñānasuniścitārthāḥ sannyāsayogādyatayaḥ śuddhasattvāḥ te brahmalokeṣu parāntakāle parāmṛtāḥ parimucyanti sarve. So he puts the first word is sannyāsayogāt, through the renunciation. And who are yatayah, yatis, sannyasis? And who are they? Śuddhasattvāḥ. So whose mind is pure? Pure-minded sannyasis, through the renunciation. And how? Vedāntavijñānasuniścitārthāḥ. So they have ascertained that Brahman, that is the object of Vedantic knowledge. Now, when you look at this is śuddhasattvāḥ, then what happens to them? Let us complete this verse so that we'll go back in details. Parāmṛtāḥ te sarve. So parāmṛtāḥ means that having one with this infinite Brahman. And of course, te sarve, they all parimucyanti. They resolve completely. Where? Brahmalokeṣu, into Brahman. Not Brahmaloka, into Brahman. Here, loka is, we look at Brahman. And when? Parāntakāle, at the time of death. So that means videha mukti ityartha. Now question may arise here. What do you mean by this pure mind? And what do you mean by this impure mind? These are the 2 points to be looked at. So first thing is, when we say pure mind, that mind which is free from raga, dvesha. Impure mind means the mind that is under the spell of raga and dvesha. So in short, we say that chitta shuddhi is nothing but polishing one's own raga dvesa. Raga dvesa means likes and dislikes. Okay. Now, what do you mean by this polishing? Because one word, because it's a very good word, polishing, chapter is completed. So what do you mean by the word polishing? So polishing involves 3 steps. So that I thought of bringing today. So what are they? The first one is called refinement of raga and dvesha. Refinement, when I say, here by aligning myself with dharma. So I develop raga, attachment towards dharma. I also develop dvesha, aversion towards adharma. And interestingly, what happens to me? I do things not because Shastra says, not because somebody says, because I love it. Because I like it. It's like, early morning I get up. Not because somebody is coming to see me or I have to go somewhere. I have to go to office, my child is going to go to school. So I have to get up early morning, okay? Not like that. I get up in the early morning because I love it. And if I don't get up in the early morning, I am uncomfortable. Can you see this concept? How it works? So this is called raga dvesha refinement. So in the beginning, you do, that is called karma yoga. Then through upasana, you resolve. Then comes to jnana, where you love to do, and if you don't do, you are feeling uncomfortable, you feel incomplete. Then once this happens, second type would be that disempowerment of raga dvesha. So if you look at yourself, we empower our raga and dvesha. Let us look at this very carefully. In the beginning stages, we use free will, and through our free will, we control situation, control everything. Now, slowly what happens? Just observe this point. In the beginning, I use free will. And through the free will, raga dvesha functions. Now, slowly you will discover raga dvesha detects terms and conditions to free will. So raga dvesha becomes forefront. Free will is behind. Like, for example, say any addiction. Suppose a person who takes alcohol first day, of course, decides, let me take alcohol. How is it? So there is a free will involved. Then after some time, once the person starts taking slowly, the free will has no value. In fact, raga is so strong, free will does not work. In fact, free will has to support raga. So there, what we need to say here, that when I that disempower my raga and dvesha, now I allow myself that my free will to decide. And how it will be happening? The third one, which is called disarmament of raga and dvesha. So this there what happens? There is simple logic. When that you are empowering your raga and dvesha, now you are making your raga and dvesha very strong. And when raga and dvesa become strong, you are basically what? Remember? Karta or bhokta? You are basically a bhokta, enjoyer. You want to enjoy, not do. So you have 100 of excuses not to do. You will have all complaints. Why should I do? I want to enjoy. I want to have. Not what I can do, but what I should have. So you look for more bhaktutva bhavam, the sense of doership, rangership is stronger in you. Then because the rangership is stronger in you, now what happens? If the situation does not align with you, means aligned with you means what? Who are you? You are nothing but your raga and dvesa. So when your situation or any given situation does not align with your raga and dvesa, now what happens to you? You become reactive. And you become overreactive. Now remember, now simple logic, that are you supposed to, or your free will supposed to, forget you, your free will supposed to control the situation, or your raga and dvesa should control the situation? So generally what happens? Just observe. So reaction that you have, that is controlled by your or managed by your raga and dvesa, not by your free will. Can you see this point? Very serious point. Like a child. Child says, I want this, give. Makes big noise of the situation. Now, the moment you give that, what happens to the child? Child smiles. So what does it mean? Now, the reaction, is it controlled by the free will of the child or raga dvesa? So it is completely by raga and dvesa. Now here we say that I have to be very careful that the reaction, especially emotional response you can use, that I have must be controlled, managed by my free will, not by raga and dvesa. So there we say that karma yoga. That's why karma yoga is must. Because of karma yoga, you have prasada buddhi. So because of this Ishvara and prasada buddhi, nothing happens. At least you don't complain. This life is like this. What else? So what? Another life is there. Next life is there. How does it matter? If nothing happens in this life, next life is there. Why to thinking of something spoil this life itself? You understand the concept what I'm trying to say? Losing peace of mind, the body, health, everything will lose. So better be a karma yogi. And being karma yogi, and of course adopt, upasana. So that's why here he says that here yatis means those who are no more karma yogis, means karma yoga pradhana life is not there. Predominantly they don't do karma yoga. They are not part of, but they have adopted jnana yoga. So how to adopt jnana yoga? So there are three things: karma yoga, in between comes upasana, then comes what? Jnana yoga. So how I can tell you, for example's sake, I'm just trying to tell, especially a karma yogi will be engaged in activities And of course, Ishvara Buddhi, whatever comes. Whereas when Upasana comes in, the person starts doing parayana and etc. Like Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, all these parayanas can be done. Japam, all these things. Whereas when the person comes to Jnana Yoga, there what happens? Same parayana will continue, but differently. Instead of Vishnu Sahasranama, the person will prefer to do what? Bhagavad Gita parayana. Instead of Lalita Sahasranama, person will prefer to do Kaivalya Upanishad parayana. Can you see the difference? Because same parayana will do Kathopanishad parayana. But the approach completely differs. And here we say very carefully, that person here is being said, sannyāsayogādyatayaḥ. So basically, who doesn't have possession, is not possessive of anything. I don't possess because after all, whatever we possess, hey, this body does belong to me. When accident happens, hey, other will take care of my body, not me, okay? And death happens, don't ask me anything, okay? When the body that I call as mine or me, rather, common people, that also is not going to work as my possession. I have to left behind. That's why beautifully says now in verse, who is going to go up to what after your death? All the wealth that you have, everything will remain wherever. They will never come with you. Your dearer ones, they will come to cremation ground. And of course, the one who is in Indian context, we say, okay, we'll go to burial ground, then they will put some soil or they will put the fire. That's all. This is all about your possession. So now here it says, because of that reason, remember that a sannyasa, because of sannyasa yoga, so sannyasa yoga means what? Living life of renunciation, means taking care of first three, P, then O, also R, T, minimizing. And of course, understanding Vedāntavijñānasuniścitārthāḥ, the object that we are discussing, that is the knowledge from Vedanta. And these first people, what they do, definitely go to, not go to, they are liberated even after death. Means Videha Mukti happens. When they are alive, they are Jivan Muktaha. And of course, when they pass away, they leave the body, then they becomes Videha Muktaha, free from. Now question may arise. How can we say this parāntakāle? So at the end of the time, after all, death is a change. So death is not the end of our life. Is death your end of life? Any of you agree? If you think death is the end of your life, that means you should not come to Vedanta class, okay? Okay, go to some religious discourses, not here. If you think that death is the end of your life, better don't attend Vedanta class. Better for you, better for me. Or else you will be confused and you will remain confused all the time. But here he says, how is it possible? Here he says, end of life, end of... how is it possible? Because a Jivan Mukta never once again. Each word. Because a Jivan Mukta never once again, the last life, because there is no rebirth. That's why it is end of life. Or else, for any other person, the death is not end of life. It is just a change. Then question may arise. So how to look at what is to be done? Now, in fact, verse number 5, 6, 7 introduces different type of meditation. Let us read. विविक्तदेशे च सुखासनस्थः शुचिः समग्रीवशिरः शरीरः अत्याश्रमस्थः सकलेन्द्रियाणि निरुध्य भक्त्या सुगुरुं प्रणम्य. We will see in details. Om Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, all of you.